We're all decorated for Halloween. There's pumpkins on the walls and spiders on the ceiling and paper chains, which I made 2 years ago actually. Pumpkins over there, pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. It's Halloween! Happy Halloween! It says Happy Halloween in the bathroom. You know, I've noticed Los Angeles is pointing to the toilet. Hey guys, welcome to the week. It's October 22nd, the day after the future date for Back to the Future. And I actually mentioned it to some of my students today, or I asked, do you know Back to the Future? And a surprising number of them knew exactly what I was getting into. Some of them had absolutely no clue, but a lot of them were like, oh, it was yesterday, and that was really cool to kind of like bond over that. A lot of them either hadn't heard of it at all, or only knew it as the Universal Studios ride, because in Universal Studios Japan, or as they call it USJ in Osaka, they still have the Back to the Future ride, and a lot of them know it from that, but don't realize that it's a movie. But maybe probably a good 10 students today actually knew what it was, and I should have mentioned it yesterday, I just didn't think to, because I assumed that they wouldn't really have seen the movies, especially because a lot of them are younger children. Yesterday was a lot of younger children, so I could have really only asked the high schoolers, but I should have, and I didn't, which is too bad. But other than that, today we were preparing for the party that's going to be on Sunday, and I'm going to be doing that for a lot of the rest of the week, and then tomorrow is kindergarten, and I've got lesson plans to do, and my computer, unfortunately, it turned on yesterday and the day before, and I was able to work on it, and then shut off today, and it won't turn back on. So hopefully if I give it a rest, it'll come back until I can get a working computer. So yeah, hopefully. Yay, trials and tribulations. It's actually kind of nice not to have the computer sometimes, because then I can go do other things, or I get to bed on time. Unfortunately, I do need it for a lot of things, especially this. Actually, this isn't the most important job-wise, but I would like to continue trying to get these out at least somewhat regularly. But yeah, no, there are definitely times when I need it. So it's nice to unplug for a while, like, you know, not looking at your phone, except for when your boss is trying to contact you. Then you need your phone. So things like that. Anyway, but aside from that, I'll see you guys. I say that a lot, I realize, but aside from that, I say a lot. So I'm sorry about that. But I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! I may have mentioned, but in case I haven't, in Japan, Baskin-Robbins, so far, as far as I've seen, is the unchallenged bagging king, with bags upon bags upon bags. Now, a lot of products in Japan are have multiple bags. So if you buy treats, it might come in its plastic bag, and then each individual treat will be wrapped in another own plastic bag. It works well if you're serving things like with tea, but it's really bad for trash things. Okay, so here is the Baskin-Robbins bag. And we will see that inside this bag, there is this bag. There's a menu, flavor menu for September and October. And it literally just has all the flavors there. Look. Matcha, muskmelon, all sorts of fun stuff. And my favorite right there, chocolate mint or mint chocolate chip. And then cakes. But aside from that, so we have this bag, 3 pieces of menu paper, and this bag. So this bag has my spoon, orange because it's Halloween, it's October, and a napkin. So we can open this bag. Oh, we can leave this as our little backdrop. Open. Maybe I can't open it. Ah, there we go. And in this bag, because I got it to go, there's dry ice. So, And then within that bag we have the regular to-go cup, Halloween because, again, October. But I worked at Baskin-Robbins for a while, Baskin-Robbins Togo's, and if you're not familiar with Togo's, it's a sandwich shop. If you got something to go, you got this and a spoon, which you took with you. Now, if you got multiple, we would give you a bag, or if you asked for a bag, we'd give you a bag. But this is one person, one set of ice cream with a bag. This cracks me up, the fact that my spoon and my Baskin-Robbins napkin are both in a bag. In this bag, to go. And yes, for anyone who's wondering, it does taste the same. He is said to have been shocked. It is said that he was shocked. It is said by them. They say that he was shocked. So, all of these different types. What's really cool about, at least here, like I can see sometimes what she's teaching, and they rarely do, he is said to have been shocked. They rarely do this grammar point, but apparently a lot of the ALTs have spoken to me with distress, especially during speech contest, that they encourage all the students to write like this, and they try and tell the teachers, people don't talk like this. Yes, it's grammatically correct, but no one speaks this way. Hey guys, it's Friday, or it was Friday, until it wasn't Friday anymore, but this is the recording for Friday. There's a lot of red yarn in my life right now. Anyway, I'm a little loopy, it's really late. I am currently making a costume. I am doing what I only ever do to myself 2 times a year, tops. And for the past few years, I haven't been going to Davis, so the only time I've been doing this to myself is I almost said Christmas, is Halloween, because I'm making a costume right now, and Tina was very awesome and lent me her sewing machine so that I could make this yarn wig that before my computer broke I looked up how to make, and I'm not sure how it's gonna work, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna get the bangs to stay. I think I'm gonna use some wire, but I need it by Sunday, and today is rolled over to Saturday, and that's why I'm not sure why I do this to myself, but I do. Maybe I would say I like the rush or whatever, but no, it's just stressful. Anyway, so I'm gonna go back to doing that, and what I was gonna give you an update for today. Was there anything interesting? No, not really. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. I am currently in the process of making my wig. I'm not sure how it's going to work out. It's about 60 inches of yarn back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then there's 2 things of like felt that I measured from the top of my hairline to the back, so it's the size of my head, so hopefully it'll rest down. And right now, after I fold it back and forth, I'm cutting the edges, and then I'll even them out later. Right now they're still looped at the bottom because, again, I looped back and forth. So I just take the edges and I'm cutting them along the bottom, and then afterwards I will even it out and hopefully put wires through the front so it'll hold in the Jessie from Toy Story. It'll hold in Jessie's hairstyle, and then braid the back. We'll see. Here it goes. Hey guys, it's Saturday. Do you ever do something or are doing something and you stop in the middle of doing something and do something else, and then you realize that halfway through something else you've left a wig cap on your head? Anyway, so I am currently making my costume, and the reason that I have this wig cap on my head is because I have finished my wig, which is sitting just out of the reach of the camera. And what I'm doing for this costume, a lot of the time when I make costumes, I make the entire thing. But I don't have the time, and I don't need to make a pair of jeans because I'm dressing as Jessie from Toy Story. So I'm just using, I can't see my hair and it's probably a mess. Anyway, so I'm just going to be wearing my jeans and making the, making these. I can't think of what they're called. And then I'm taking an already made shirt, and currently I've made the pattern for the back and the front is and the front for her yellow bits. So here's the, here's the back, and then we're going to be pinning it to the front and then sewing it to the shirt. So I don't even know if I'm in frame, but that's what I'm doing. It's very late. And then tomorrow we actually have I've got pumpkins everywhere. The little pumpkins I showed you before, I have 6 more of them that are coming with me to the party. So I've got that. Tonight, I actually, for the first time, double booked myself. Because my computer died and I had to type up my lesson plans at the end of every month, I didn't have a computer on which to do so. So I was using my boss's computer, so I went into work today on Saturday, but she didn't get in until 4 because she was busy preparing for the party. So I went in at 4, I think 4:15. And I was typing everything up, but I had a Koto dress rehearsal because I have a Koto performance at the Cultural Center on the 3rd of November, so it's, you know, almost. And I also was going to try and go to the rehearsal for the Shiso Wind Ensemble. I was supposed to meet there, but I had completely forgotten that I had the dress rehearsal for Koto, so I was riding my bicycle to work to go type up the lesson plans on the computer, and I passed the place where we do Koto rehearsal, and I heard, like, some of the music that I play coming from that building, and I was like, oh, crap, do I have one today? And I pulled it out. I pulled out my planner and looked at it, and sure enough, at 6 or 6:30, I was supposed to be there. Now, it was, again, 4:15 or whatever, so I still had a lot of time. Well, not a lot of time. I still had some time. So I was like, crap, I'm not going to finish that in time, and I was supposed to go to the Shiso rehearsal at 8, and that was going to be impossible. I could leave early, but I've got a solo on one of the pieces that yeah. So I get to work. I type up the lesson plans. I talk to Satomi-san, who is my boss. I've mentioned her name a couple times, but she's one of the 2 sisters that owns the school I work at. She's the younger of the 2 sisters. The older sister has to do a lot with PTA right now, and so she's not teaching at the school so much. So I asked Satomi-san if she could somehow contact Osaki-san, who is my older student, older as in like in his 70s, student who is going to meet me at the rehearsal and then take me and introduce me to them. But I had no way to contact him because he didn't come to class this last Friday, which, you know, yesterday. And so she messaged him, and luckily he got it and knew that I wasn't going to come, so he wasn't going to wait. And I finished my lesson plans, and I was an hour late to rehearsal, but we were supposed to show up early to set up, so I just didn't do setup. And I got there, and then I had to leave early because I'm back in. It was very stressful. So I didn't record any of it because it was just running around all day. And so that was Saturday. Tomorrow I'll hopefully get some pictures. I don't know if I'll have time to do video because we're actually running the booths. Oh, the last thing, I finally met Michael today, and I know you guys don't know who Michael is, but all of the new ALTs who came, there were 7 ALTs, I believe, who came. No, there were 7 ALTs who left and 6 who came, because one of the ALTs who left, Sarah, if you guys are familiar with her, and Sarah, hello if you're watching this, her school actually shut down, so they didn't need a new ALT for her position. But there was one ALT that it's been 2 months and I had never met him, and now he lives up in Ichinomiya. If you guys remember that map that I had on the intro, and if you haven't seen it, the first one I posted called Getting Started has a whole map of Shiso and the towns within it, which is a little further away. It's not actually in Yamasaki, but it is in Shiso, and and he does his own thing. But I was at Aeon today, which is the mall up at the 100 yen shop, the 100 yen shop, and I noticed a very tall person walking around, and a tall foreigner, and I felt really bad, but I went up to him like, "Are you Michael?" And I think I surprised him a bit, but it was a pretty good chance because someone told me he was tall. That's all they gave me. That's all. I was convinced for a while that Michael didn't exist because every time I went somewhere, if he had been there, he just left because he had to get back to Ichinomiya. So anyway, so I met him today. He was very nice. I've now officially met all the new ALTs, and yeah, and that's it. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. Bye. Woo! Look at this mess. Look at this mess I've made. I make a mess when I do costumes. It's true. This is sad. It's even playing Joy to the World. It's not even Halloween. There's a cuff. Oh, that's a video. That's okay. Hey guys, it's Sunday. Yeah? Oh gosh, it is only 8 o'clock. We had the Halloween party for Tsukasa school today, and we had about 40 kids come, and 6 ALTs, or 5 ALTs and myself, who came and they helped us out, and we had a room in the Bosai Center, which is like the emergency/event center in Yamasaki, and we cleared out all the tables and set up 6 different booths, and one of the booths I think I mentioned was touching things. We had like cauliflower for brains, and Vivian helped with that booth, and then we did crafts, and Naomi helped with that booth, and then we did the mummy wrap, which was the toilet paper mummies, and Liz helped with that booth, and then we had keeping balloons off the ground, and Matt helped with that booth, and then we had a card game where you'd say, "Where's the skeleton?" or whatever it was, and the kids would hit the card with the skeleton on it, and then there was, and that was Paulina, and then I was at the skeleton relay booth, which was a bit hectic. It was a good idea, and it worked pretty well, but for the younger kids, the skeletons, what we had them do is we had them take apart these little skeletons, which had separate arms and legs and head, and they pop on and off, but they're really actually quite hard to put together and take apart. So a lot of the younger kids with not as strong fingers had a lot of trouble with that, so we had to help them with that. But other than that, it worked out okay, and then they like moved eyeballs from one bucket to another. It was this little relay. It was cute. And then we did like a little costume contest, and everyone was in costume, and they seemed to have a good time, and it was really cool. And they did I can't talk, and they did trick or treat. It was mostly elementary school students. One junior high school student came because her sister was there, and her sister was an elementary school student, and she helped me out, and it was really nice of her. And I gave her a pumpkin. Everyone else got, like, I gave her one of these. Like, I have a bucket of pumpkins, but we used them as decoration. And this is chocolate cake that was made by Ayaka, who is my boss's daughter, and she's a second year in high school, so she's the equivalent of an 11th grader. And she made a chocolate cake, and it was really good. And they had a little party afterwards for a, you know, ganbatte, good luck on your 3rd year working in Japan, which was really sweet of them. And there was cake, and we all, after the party was done, we all sat and we ate chicken and rice balls or onigiri, and it was a lot of fun, and everyone that came was a great help, and so thank you guys for coming, and I had a great time. I stayed up really late, early. In fact, I actually didn't sleep at all, because for those of you that know me, when I'm making a costume, I don't sleep. And I didn't finish it, but I finished it enough to be, because I'm Jessie, to be recognizable as Jessie. So I have the what are these? Oh my gosh, chaps, as it were. So there's elastic around the back. I need to trim off some of that, and I need to finish these, but again, so I have 2 of these. I have the chaps. This was the last of the cow print fabric at the store in the mall. And then I have my cuffs, which I pinned today, and I haven't finished these yet, but again, just yellow, and it doesn't have the rope work on it yet. I have my red wig, which I didn't wear today because it was so hot, but I brought it just in case. And then I have my shirt, which got a little wrinkled, but I was actually quite proud of. I bought the shirt and then added the yellow and red, so and her pull tab, which I looked it up. She is supposed to be a pull string toy on the official Disney site. She's called a pull string toy, and I thought that was cool, so I added one, even though she doesn't have one in every scene in the movie. But that's fine. And that's the costume. It's not finished. I will finish it before the 31st. But for now, I'm going to bed because I'm very tired, and I don't have a computer yet, so this will be late. I do have a computer that came as a wonderful gift in the mail from a very good friend who was very kind to give me one of his very old computers. It's running Linux, it works fine, but there's no video editing software on it. So I'm going to see if I can download something for free and get these up, but I'm not going to stop recording because then I'm afraid I'll just lose this completely. But hopefully I will be getting one in November, and then we'll be good. Alright, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! You don't want to see what it looks like right now. Anytime I'm sewing, and I've mostly finished, but I'm still putting the finishing touches. Like, I did a lot of the sewing to make the costume presentable for yesterday for the Halloween party, but I'm not finished, so I still have a lot of stuff to do. And right now my living room is a disaster zone because just fabric and stitching and just everything. In fact, attached to the camera is a piece of yellow thread because, oh dear. Anyway, oh my gosh, hi, it's Monday, and we had our first set of classes on the final week of October, which means we kind of do little Halloween parties at the end. And I have a bunch of candy from my parents. It's a Costco bag. It's got Snickers and a bunch of different types of Milky Way, Three Musketeers, Butterfingers, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Baby Ruths, and I think that's it. In it. And so I have that, which is all chocolate. So some of the kids don't like chocolate, so I bought some of the small hard candies with like fruit flavors from the conveni or the grocery store or wherever, just simple Japanese candy for anyone who was like, no, not chocolate. But so they trick-or-treat with that, and we did a couple Halloween games, and it was a lot of fun. So hopefully I was not able to get a lot of footage from yesterday because I was really busy the entire time, but I tried to get some pictures right at the end, and I got a little bit of footage, so hopefully I'll get that in there for you. But on that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Hey guys, it's Wednesday, and as you can see, I'm a pirate, and as you all know, pirates are rogues. So I have a pun in my hair, and nobody got it, but I don't care, and I'm not sorry. Anyway, we weren't going to dress up at all this week, I think I mentioned before, but one of the kids who has a class, one of the earlier classes today, his name is Taiki, was super excited. He was so excited to dress up that he actually brought his costume yesterday, because my boss actually picks him up because his parents have work. And had it ready. So my boss actually ended up texting everyone in his class and the class before his to say, please wear a costume. And that's kind of a big difference between Japanese schools and American schools, or at least culture, because this wouldn't be done in normal school. It is a juku or a tutoring school. But make sure, you know, everyone come in costume to make the one person feel better, which I think is actually awesome, because it was something really simple, and one of my greatest fears is showing up somewhere like overdressed for something, and he wanted to like express himself, and that was awesome. And man, he was so excited. He had 2 hats and a mask and fake teeth and a cape and all sorts of stuff. And so yeah, no, I had an eye patch on earlier, but I took it off because it was really hard to teach with an eye patch, and I also have these awesome striped socks. But yeah, that was today. My boss actually just left for New York, and then I won't be dressed up tomorrow, but I will be dressed up on Friday in the Jessie costume that I made for kindergarten, and then on Saturday I'll be wearing it again for the International Festival, and hopefully I'll be able to get some of that, and hopefully I'll be able to get these up to you guys at some point. But until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye!
Tanoshii, meaning fun or to have fun. Tanoshikatta is the past form. Many people just use tanoshikatta to mean the entire sentence, I had fun or it was fun.